My name is Hunter Reeves. I'm 12 years old, and I live in Little Rock, Arkansas.
The Outdoors Our Way cameras are in central Missouri chasing turkeys with field staffer Brent Reeves and his son Hunter. This has been a great annual trip for many years now and always the highlight of the spring turkey season for this father and son. This one is starting out a little windier than most, but Hunter is set up opening morning on a gobbler and he's anxious to seal the deal.
I duck hunt, I deer hunt, I do pretty much every type of hunting there is, but out of all of that, turkey hunting is definitely one of my favorites. We tried to go set up on this turkey, and we got to where we were behind a fence, and it was this holler was coming down here, and we set up there, and we were waiting, and all of a sudden we were, oh! Dad said, that turkey's only about 100 yards off. I said, really? He said, yeah, he's right out there in those bushes. So we get set up, all of a sudden we see him strutting coming out. Dad starts calling to him, and he's just strutting and walking toward us real slow, and there was a creek between us, and he came up through the creek, and a squirrel ran down a tree and stopped right in front of him. He gobbled at that squirrel, and the squirrel ran it right up back at the tree. But he crossed that creek and came to us, and he got about right at the end of my shotgun's range, probably about 35 yards. And when I had a good shot on him, Dad couldn't see him through the camera, and when Dad could see him, I couldn't see him. Well, we finally got to a place where he was standing where I could see him pretty good and Dad could see him pretty good. I took the shot and the turkey started flying off. I said, did I hit him? Did I hit him? And Dad said, no. And when we went back to the camera, I had shot wide and to the left.
Nobody likes to miss, regardless of how old you are. But if you hunt long enough, you're going to do it, and we've all been where Hunter is now. So to ease the pain and add a little humor to the situation, Hunter named this gobbler Old Lucky, and he promised his dad if he ever got a bead on Lucky again, the results would be different.
When I get to shoot, I hold my breath to try to steady my aim, and then I'll always squeeze the trigger. I never try to pull the trigger, and every time I've yanked the trigger, I've always missed.
Southern waterfowlers ain't about style, grace, or posing for the cover of some ritzy sporting magazine. It's a no-holds-barred fist fight with Mother Nature by a group of men dedicated to choking the life out of a mallard duck. The lodging is comfortable, the food is home-cooked, and the atmosphere will make you feel like you're coming home, whether it's your first trip or if you've been in the family for years. We're looking for anybody willing to pick up a club and join the fight, because at Southern Waterfowlers, this ain't just what we do. This is what we are. Well, Hunter's got that miss well behind him now, but he and his dad have struggled with successive days of high winds and some very uncooperative birds. On the last morning of the hunt, the guys returned to give Old Lucky one more try, only to have him shut up once again when he hit the ground. 3 hours later, they slipped back to see if just by chance Old Lucky is still in the area.
So we set up about 100 yards from where I missed that first day. We were in the shade, and Dad goes to put the decoy out right in front of us about 15 steps out. And it was on top of a hill in the middle. And we were thinking, because we've been seeing this turkey in the creek bed about 100 yards in front of us, and we were thinking it was going to come up that hill to that decoy. Dad was calling real loud because the wind was blowing really hard and you couldn't hear anything. And so Dad was calling first time real loud, nothing. He called that second time, and before he could get through calling that turkey about 80 yards off, goes, ow! And we were sitting there, and Mr. Bum looked over there with the camera and said, I see him. And Dad didn't hear him. He said, what did he say? I said, he thinks he sees him. I thought he meant he sees him down where we heard him gobble just earlier, about 100 yards off where I missed him. And Dad said, okay, and he had his hand on my shoulder, and he looked over there, and he was right there, about 20 yards off. They said, oh, don't move, and he put his hand on my neck like this to try to keep him from moving. And so that turkey kept walking, and he probably wasn't, the whole time he stayed within 10 yards. He wasn't in my kill zone because we had set up to where I was watching the hill because we were thinking that turkey was going to come up the hill. But when he came from the right, I couldn't move without him seeing me. And so I had to sit there with my gun pointed this way, pointed here, and the turkey was over here, until he walked right behind a tree, this big tree that was in front of us beside the decoy. And he walked behind the tree, and I steadied up on him and got my gun on him. And then he walked out to get to that decoy. The whole week I was thinking, if I kill a turkey, I'm gonna do something real fun and get Mr. Bum and Dad laughing. And so when I killed him, I ran out there and counted him out because he was down for the count. I found that being patient is the most important thing you can do, and enjoying your surroundings helps you be patient. The people that go out there to just try to kill turkeys, when they miss or they make a mistake, they get heartbroken and they give up. But if you go out there just to enjoy the surroundings, enjoy the people that you're hunting with, and just enjoy the hunt, it makes being patient a lot easier.
Now here's a young man that has learned that the hunt isn't just about pulling the trigger. He's been taught to appreciate and realize that carrying that turkey out of the woods is just something he was doing while spending time with his dad. And this will wind up Hunter's trip to Missouri. He's got a great story to tell his grandpa and only a few more weeks of school before summer. But you can bet he'll be back with his dad next spring, and Outdoors Our Way will be there too.